Hey guys, I wanted to break out a separate section on how to figure out how much thread or yarn you needed for your next project. I've hinted on it that there's a little bit of math involved, and I figure you might want to look at the paper this time instead of my face while I do this, but here we go. When you're looking at the size of a project. So in this case, we're doing the scarf, and please forgive the tip-a-tap of my dog's nails on my hardwood. It's never going to go away. But if we're looking at a 120-inch scarf, and we have to calculate in the amount of fringe, so we have a 4-inch fringe that's 2 inches on either side, plus your waist, all looms, be it rigid heddle or floor looms, will have a certain amount of waist. Fortunately, rigid heddles have a much less waist than others, so I can calculate in just 30 inches of waist, and that's actually being generous. That's if I kind of, mess up. So, taking all of that into consideration and the fact that this scarf is going to be 12 inches wide, we take our length plus the fringe length, 2 on either side, plus your waist. You add those up, and then you take your heddle size, which in my case is a 10-point heddle. If you have a 7-point heddle, that's the number that goes in here, plus the width of your project, and all of that is being calculated out for me in inches. If you're doing this in centimeters, please use the centimeters, and that's your total in centimeters. Then you're going to multiply that by the number needed to convert it from, in this case, inches to yards. So I've got from 18,000 down to 513.7 yards. And that's your warp calculation. For the weft calculation, you've got the length of your project, 120 inches, times the picks per inch, and I'm going to get to what the picks per inch is, times the width of your project, gives your total in inches, converted to, mine was going to be 1,000.8 yards. Where do I get picks per inch? Here we go. This, oh look, it's in focus and everything, delightful, is a ruler. So the best way to find out is to simply take 1 inch of ruler, wrap your yarn around it enough times to cover up 1 inch, and then count the amount of wraps. Picks per inch. I'll be right back. Once I put the dog out. Okay, back again. Now, once you have that final number, so for me, I have 1,514.5 yards, and this is where we go back to our ball of yarn, as we've talked about, and you've got the yards in your ball. So in this one is 678 yards. So I know I'm going to need just under 3 to make this happen. So you want to make sure you've got enough yarn to complete your project so that you don't have to worry about it at the end and you run out. So that is that. The other thing I wanted to show you, because I'm super happy with this, is Reese is a programmer. So he created for me a program for my cell phone so that I can, on the fly while I'm in the yarn store, figure out how much I need with very accurate decision making. So I just pop those numbers in, hit calculate, and it'll tell me how much warp and weft that I will need for this. I'm trying to convince him to put this into a Java format so that others have access to it. We'll see how that goes. For now, it's just a loving thing he did for me, but we'll see what happens in the future. In the meantime, here's your base information. If you use these calculations, you will not go wrong. Now, some calculators online will actually talk about your take-up and all of that. Yes, that has a certain play into it. However, this is going to get you what you need when you're in the store. So have a great day, And next, I've been doing some weaving on the sunset scarf, and I'm going to put together the pieces of that so you can see how we're getting along. And in the next day or so, I'm going to have a finished product for you to see. So thank you so much. Have a great day.